Down in Atlanta where rhythm drums strong, riders unite after a whole year gone. Heritage and history blended so sweet, a family reunion beat by beat.
What's up, everyone? It's Walter getting the second. We're here at Black Writers Weekend. We're here with Majella Mark. So tell me, what brought you out here to make this long trek?
So I'm going to be speaking on a panel based off of the discussion on DEI and the book bans that we're experiencing right now. So I'm very grateful to be able to discuss that, especially during this very trying times. And I think with me being so passionate about history, and especially about African diaspora history, I think speaking on that and hoping that our community is aware of what's happening and trying to encourage, grassroots and individual commitment to preserving our history will really kind of bring about kind of a movement to really make sure that we are not erased. I mean, we can never be erased, but to be able to make sure that it's at least preserved for the next generations to come.
I like that perspective of we can never be erased, right? But you're still doing the job to make sure we're still protected, right?
Yes.
We can't be harmed.
Yes.
Someone yesterday was asking me, with all of these, the book bans and attacks on DEI and stuff, how does it feel to still talk about these things? And to me, it feels like it's even more important to talk about them now. It's always important to talk about it. Our history is a lot there, a lot of pain, but also a lot of beauty in it too. But what is driving you to keep kind of talking about these things?
I think for me, it's one of my favorite things to do is talk to elders and hear their individual stories and having an understanding of where they were so we can learn from them. And so to know that I take it as a responsibility to make sure that those who come after us actually really have an understanding of not only those are oral history, our folklores, all these various stories that come from our elders are passed on, but also that we have our own stories and we're able to articulate them in a way that the younger generations are really able to absorb them. So I think I see myself not just a protector of history, but a witness to history, a witness of the human experience, to make sure that our people are able to really know an authentic look at what we've experienced now so they can learn from it. And I really hope that, with the modern age of what we have, that we're able to really use the tools we have now to be able to tell our stories in a way that is narrated by us and not from external forces, because that could be very detrimental to our own history, not only that, but our existence overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that, a witness, protector, storyteller. At what point do you think, or do you identify as a storyteller as well?
I do. I try my best to find creative ways to teach history. If it is through not only writing, essays, through articles, through just overall stories in various published books, but filmmaking as well and podcasts. So I'm very grateful that I've been a part of a lot of different projects. I think, and even just the development of entities that's able to help others tell stories. I think we need to have more of that. And of course, financial constraints can really limit that opportunity. But I think, for example, I was on the development team for Onyx Collective that was funded by Disney and Hulu. And the whole purpose of Onyx Collective was to be able to create a support system for Black creators, filmmakers, producers, to create stories. So what came out of that was Summer of Soul by Questlove.
Oh, wow.
And that was the first project that came out of that. And imagine.
Y'all came out the gates just
and I was thinking to myself, now imagine if you just moved out of the way and just let us tell our own stories. We could get the awards, just move out of the way.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah, so then it's just, that's one example of something where it's not necessarily storytelling, but it's the support of others telling stories. And I think it's very necessary that we invest in that and invest not just economically in our overall prosperity as a people, but also in the way that we tell our own history. Because we see now how we have a lot of, I won't say policies per se, but we have a lot of, exterior, systems that's trying to edit or revise our history. I'll say it that way. That really could be very dangerous in the future. Because if our children do not see themselves as Black, intellectual, valuable individuals within the public consciousness, we will have a dangerous game of them not valuing themselves and therefore allowing others to treat them as they see themselves with lack of value. And what we cannot do is go backwards.
That we cannot.
No.
That we cannot. So you're speaking, it feels like you've confident about where you are and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But what was a moment where you realized that this is the path that you would take as the witness, as the protector, as a storyteller to just contribute, preserve, and make sure the culture isn't rewritten?
I think my grandmother. I think I was very blessed to be able to spend a lot of time with her. I have the oldest child, oldest grandchild, oldest granddaughter, oldest daughter syndrome. Take on a lot of responsibility, take on a lot, and I'm very blessed to have a very close relationship with her, and just take time to really listen to her stories, even though to her it seemed like nonsense, like you just nosy. But I wanted to hear even the simple stories, and how she met Grandpa. Did she date anybody before Grandpa?
No.
What was her relationship with her sisters? Her just simple, like, what was the day like going to the grocery store or sharecropping? Or various things where to her it may seem like, oh, this is not worth anything. But it's a part of me. It's a part of me. And so therefore I need to know. So knowing that I wanted to preserve her story in order to preserve my own story and know what can I absorb from it and be able to push forward, I needed to make sure that as a community, we be able to really do that. And I know history is not the sexiest thing, but I know that it's very important and it is absolutely, absolutely necessary for our children, to be able to really, really, really have an understanding of the value of their identity. Like they are not just, one dimension at all. And understanding that is really going to build that confidence as we are facing these challenging times, as we are, facing Goliath, right? We need to make sure that they have the confidence to have their chest and their head held high, so they don't feel as though they can question their integrity, question their spirit, question their overall, passion for their selves, for their brothers and sisters, to make sure they really truly have this confidence to be able to move us forward.
I love. I feel like you're intentional with your words, and just the use of the word Goliath. I really love, because sometimes it feels like there's no hope, but that's the way I gotta.
But we see what David was able to do.
Yeah, we see accomplished.
Yeah.
I love this. I love everything you're doing. I have so many more questions for you, but I want you to go back to the weekend to enjoy it. But and everyone to see this amazing face you got on.
Thank you.
Yup. So one, where can everyone follow you and find you?
I'm pretty basic with it. Everything is Majella Mark. So at Majella Mark, everything. My sister makes fun of me. I just joined the TikToks.
Just join the TikToks.
Yes, I'm an older millennial. So I was like, I just find.
Hey, but you in there now. You in there.
So I will post something eventually. But I just joined. So everything, Instagram, well, I'm trying to avoid Twitter. But Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, everything is just Majella Mark, MajellaMark.
Every time I hear your name, I just want to throw in Majestic.
It is Majestic.
Our last question for you, for anyone who's feeling stuck, they're a creative, a storyteller, or maybe even a protector of the culture, what would be your best piece of advice?
Embrace the stillness. Take a moment to really embrace the stillness. And I will say, sometimes you need to, and depending on whatever religion or spirituality you practice, sometimes you have to embrace the stillness and really take in what your ancestors are trying to instruct you to do. And the way I always do it is, I always say, listen, I need the instructions of a 5-year-old. I just give them simple instructions of what I'm supposed to do next. My intention is for our community. You know this. So therefore, tell me exactly what I need to do in order to make sure that I'm in the right direction. So I think it's that when you get stuck, sometimes you need to really just embrace that moment, because maybe they were meant to be there to kind of take a moment and just listen. And sometimes it's just listening. So it's really kind of, I think more and more we need to embrace those who came before us and take a moment to really take in what they can see in order to be able to help them guide us to do what we need to do.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go so you can be still before you get on
Thank
the road
you.
there.
Might take a power nap.
Hey, nice little 15:30.
Yes.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much for
you
your
so
time.
much. Well, I appreciate it.
I love everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate what you guys are doing. And thank you for having me.
Of course. A pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Down in Atlanta where rhythm drums strong, riders unite after a whole year gone. Heritage and history blended so sweet, a family reunion beat by beat. Ink on the page, hearts in a dance, past meets the future at every chance. Creativity flows like a beat so true, a family reunion, this joy is for you. Good vibes all rise and change on the way. We celebrate each other, our spirits play. Black riders speaking minds and flow. Together